Thank you, Bill. So Donald Trump expanding his proposal for a temporary ban on Muslim immigrants, saying that the United States should block all immigrants from areas of the world with a history of terrorism aimed against America. Indiana Congressman Carson saying that the plan would have done nothing to prevent the attack in Orlando.
We have to remember that this individual was born in the United States of America. He's from New York originally. So we can't use this as a rallying cry for his supporters for him to solidify some of his extremist remarks. I don't think we can use this incident to cast aspersions on an entire religion or group of people.
And he is one of two members of Congress who happens to be Muslim. Dr. Ben Carson is a former Republican presidential candidate, and he's here on The Real Story today. Dr. Carson, it's great to have you back. So where do we stand now with Donald Trump? It seems that he's amping up this idea of the temporary ban in his speech yesterday of Muslims. Do you agree with him?
Well, if Donald Trump is anything, it is not politically correct, that's for sure. And he's simply pointing out the fact that we have to treat people immigrating here from Canada differently than we do people who are trying to get in here from places where we know there are radical extremist elements who want to destroy us. That's the point that's being made.
But I think that when you make a blanket statement, I mean, obviously, I think that's the problem that his critics have with it. Even the president himself today said, where do we go from here if we start banning an entire race and religion? Where do we go from here? How would you respond to President Obama on that?
Well, obviously, you know, we have friends in the Middle East who are Muslims. We have friends in this country who are Muslims who are very helpful to us and are loyal to us. And I'm absolutely certain that Donald Trump knows that. But again, you have to look at the spirit rather than the letter of what he is saying.
What do you mean by that?
He's saying that
the spirit.
What I mean by that, the spirit is we have to apply much more stringent requirements and screening processes to people who are coming from that area of the country. We cannot continue to risk the American people.
Well, I think
that's really what he's saying.
A ton of Americans agree with what you're saying, myself included, to be honest with you, that we do need to have more stringent guidelines because we saw what happened with San Bernardino. The wife was able to get in here on that married visa situation with not a lot of questioning. I think there's a big difference between having stringent guidelines, Dr. Carson, and completely banning all Muslims, is there not?
There is, but again, what the point is, we all say, yes, we should have more stringent guidelines, and then we don't do anything different, and we continue to let them in. So his point is, let's stop the silliness. Let's get very, very serious about this. And obviously, what one person thinks is not going to carry the day. There's going to be negotiations. A lot of rational thought processing is going to go into it. But under a Trump administration, there would be very serious screening of these individuals.
All right. I know a lot of people agree with that part of it. Dr. Ben Carson, always great to have you. Thank you, sir.